I want you to wind the clock back about a decade ago. It's 2015, going into the 2016 NBA season. Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors just won their first ring, shooting threes like no one had seen before. LeBron James just came back to Cleveland looking to bring his hometown a championship. KD and Westbrook are dominating the league on the OKC Thunder. Isaiah Thomas is one of the best scorers in the league. Al Horford is still an all-star. And Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant are all still in the NBA. Besides Curry and LeBron still dominating, the NBA was a very different place back in 2016, and I think it might be for the better. Because in 2016, I think we witnessed the greatest NBA season the league has given us. And this is how it happened.
The block. Tell me what's going through your mind, because you got a layup. You know y'all about to go up 2 points.
Right.
Final score of the game might have been you guys win by 2.
Right, man. Just put the ball, just lay it right there, and don't try to do nothing stupid. Just lay it in. And it was one of the loudest sounds I ever heard.
Boom!
The 2016 NBA season was arguably the greatest ever, and we didn't even know it at the time. To give us some context, the Golden State Warriors in 2015 won their very first championship of the modern era, beating the LeBron James-led Cleveland Cavaliers without the help of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. Yeah, injuries suck, but the following season would be different. The start of the 2016 season, though, would begin with a sad start. Just about a month into the regular season, Kobe Bryant announced that this would be the last of his career. After 20 years of incredible memories, unreal performances, and unforgettable moments, the Black Mamba finally called it a finished career. Kobe Bryant, in his poem titled Dear Basketball, stated that he had given everything to the game, and his time was over. Despite the Lakers struggling to put together a competitive squad, Kobe Bryant still managed to make each game feel monumental. His farewell tour became its own cultural event. Every game at the Staples Center was packed with fans, just trying to get one last glimpse of the Black Mamba in action. And boy did they get a show.
Bryant gets to the basket. And Bryant ran out a 3-point drive for Bryant. Kobe again, this time for 3. Overcourt top. Switch for Bryant. Kobe turns, will shoot, tough shot, then he scores it anyway. He didn't look good. How about the pass from Bryant? The lane, it's a 3-on-1. Kobe gonna lob it to Torsil. Somehow finds Bryant with a bullet hook pass, and Kobe scores. Yelling for the ball inside. That's why. Here's Kobe. Yeah. Bryant and 1. Into Allen with the fadeaway. Got it. Kobe put it in. Not the players out on their feet for Bryant. Underneath. He's got it. Around LeBron. My goodness, what a display, 10 of 13.
Despite Kobe not putting up 40-point games like it was nothing anymore, he still gave us fans a show. 31 points against the John Wall and Bradley Beal Wizards on the road to secure a 108-104 win. 31 against the Denver Nuggets to secure a victory in the mountains. 28 against the Kings in a near victory. 38 5-5 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then in April, the Black Mamba went through the finish line at full speed. 34 points and 3 steals in his very last matchup with the Boston Celtics. 35 points and a perfect 11 from 11 from the charity stripe in his last duel against Houston. And one more timeless performance that we'd never forget about. But we'll get to that in a little bit. While Kobe Bryant was going out with a bang, the Warriors were making history in the meantime, putting together a campaign that seemed unreal. The Golden State Warriors in 2016 weren't just a basketball team, they were an unstoppable force that the league had no answer to.
Iguodala, who just checked in. Open shot for Curry. Here's Barnes on the drive, throwing it down with authority.
So sloppy start to the second quarter. Look out below.
Good effort. Back into Curry again. And
started off their season with an insane 24-0 run, with notable wins to teams like the LA Clippers, Houston Rockets, Boston Celtics, and Memphis Grizzlies. After beating all these phenomenal teams, it was the Milwaukee Bucks who ended their 24-0 start, beating Golden State 95-108 in Milwaukee to force them their first loss. Despite this performance, the Warriors' first half of the season was wild, finishing with an absurd record of 48-4 before the All-Star break. And speaking of the All-Star break, 2016 brought us one of the best dunk contests we've ever seen since the days of Vince Carter and even Michael Jordan. The dunk contest featured 4 players of Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, Andre Drummond, and Will Barton, but it's really the first 2 names you have to focus on. After Andre Drummond and Will Barton threw down some pretty forgettable dunks, it was just Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine that were left, and they put on a dunking clinic that would be remembered for ages.
There it is. Be better than what you were last year. Oh, football. If he does this, though. He does this. That's being that competition, people. It's going to get done. That is a 50 dunk. No, that might be Alfred Payton in that mascot. That was something. That was something special. Man, they gotta be a tie. Wait, let me see it. Yeah, nobody lost that one. That was an incredible display. Shooting.
In a controversial decision, it was Zach LaVine who was crowned the dunk contest champion, despite many people thinking Aaron Gordon threw down some better jams. The real winners of this event, though, were the fans, who got to spectate a dunk contest for the ages. But the regular season must continue. Moving our attention back to the regular season, the Golden State Warriors were on the verge of doing the impossible. The Dubs, headed into mid-March, had an insane record of 62-6, which put them on track to beat the 1996 Bulls for the greatest regular season of all time. But this wouldn't come without some scares. During a game towards the end of March between the Spurs and the Warriors, 2 titans of the NBA at the time, Golden State fell in a tight 87-79 loss in San Antonio. The Warriors then won their next 6 games against Minnesota, LA, Dallas, Philly, Washington, and Utah, but dropped another close game to Boston in their own arena. The Warriors were now 68-6, with only 1 loss to spare. They took care of business against the Portland Trailblazers at home, right before a painful overtime loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Bay, the 3rd worst team in the league at the time. The greatest regular season record wasn't guaranteed anymore. They had 4 more games left against 2 great teams in the West. 2 games against the Memphis Grizzlies and 2 against the San Antonio Spurs, and the Warriors weren't going to let their golden season spoil. The Dubs were 69-9 with 4 games left to go, and with the 1996 Bulls record in the running to be broken, you know Steph Curry and the Warriors weren't going to let us down. Their first matchup was against the Spurs in the Bay, where Golden State secured a 112-101 win, with 27 points and 9 assists from Steph Curry, and an additional 21 points from Harrison Barnes. In Game 80, the Grizzlies and the Warriors got a huge jump scare. The game was a nail-biter the entire time. Memphis wanted to be that team, that messed up Golden State in the history books. The Warriors even trailed most of this game up until the fourth quarter, until Draymond Green hit this layup to give the Warriors a 100-99 lead with 1 minute left, and for the remainder of the period, no one else could get a bucket. In Game 82, it was another scare to the San Antonio Spurs. A tight game where Golden State barely closed it out, 92-86, thanks to 37 from Curry. It was Game 82 and the final game of the regular season. The Memphis Grizzlies had another shot to spoil Dub Nation, but you knew Steph Curry was going to protect this record with his life.
Green off the Randolph miss. Green finds Curry. Open three. Puts it in. Curry another three. Got it.
That Bulls great season. So Jordan was ready for 15. Boothler.
Green back to Curry. Bang! Curry again.
Has shown up well.
Curry catches three-pointer. Bang! 73. The greatest regular season in NBA history now belongs to the 2016 Golden State Warriors.
Steph Curry dropped an unreal 46 points with 10 three-pointers, beating Memphis by 21 points. Yeah, the chef was unstoppable in 2016. Not only did he shatter the 96 Bulls' 72-10 record, but Curry was hitting three-pointers like it was an arcade. Steph Curry in 2016 hit an unworldly 402 three-pointers, or about 5 a night, 15 points every single game just from threes. The chef made 116 more three-pointers than the previous record, or himself in 2015. Fast forward nearly a decade, with the rise of the three-point revolution, and still to this day, no one has topped Curry's 400-plus three-pointers in the season. And to add a cherry on top, the babyface assassin was doing all this on record-breaking efficiency. No one even comes close to 2016 Curry, but this season was still far from over yet. The date is April 13th, 2016, and this is the last game we'd see of the Black Mamba in action. It was a matchup against the Utah Jazz in the Staples Center, a game that was broadcasted over the Warriors' record-breaking game. Yeah, this was going to be a movie, and Kobe Bryant was the protagonist. The Mamba gave us a glimpse of what it was like to be a Lakers fan in 06. The Staples Center was rocking like it was a Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Your favorite celebrities were probably at this game, but at first Kobe looked rusty, missing his first 5 shots. You could tell that Kobe was forcing it early against this tight Utah defense. At about halfway through the first quarter, Kobe hit his first jumper, and that was all the Black Mamba needed to see. He finished the first quarter with 15 points. However, after this brief hot streak though in the first quarter, he went right back to being stone cold, shooting 2 of 7 from the field in the second quarter, and trailing the game by 15 at halftime. This is not what Kobe planned his final game to be like. I mean, he had 22 points, but the efficiency was off and he was trailing by double digits. Something had to change. We were done with Kobe because the second half, the Black Mamba was unleashed.
Huertas is seeking Kobe for 3. Yes! A 40-point game for the 100. Bryant here. Hits it! 45. Bryant gets to the basket. Bryant, there it is! A 50-point game! Final minute 30. Bryant from 14. Bryant for 3. Go! Last gamer. Bryant on the move with the jumper. Bryant 2 free throws for 60. 60. And the Lakers close out Kobe Bryant's career with a win and one of the great farewell performances in any sport. Mamba out.
This was everything that Kobe Bryant had dreamed his farewell to be. The Mamba was lighting up the Staples Center in the second half, like we had entered a time machine back to 2009. Bryant willed the Lakers from a 15-point deficit to a 5-point victory to cap off one of the greatest careers the game of basketball has ever seen. RIP the Mamba, but we still have bigger fish to fry yet. If you thought the 2016 season was already great, with Kobe Bryant's farewell, the dunk contest, and the Splash Brother Warriors, boy were you in for a treat this postseason. The 2016 playoffs was everything you could ask for as an NBA fan and more. In the East, the 1-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James and Kyrie Irving started their unreal playoff run by dismantling the Andre Drummond-led Pistons in 4 games. A classic 1-seed versus 8-seed beatdown, but the 2-seeded Toronto Raptors had the polar opposite experience of this in the first round. The Paul George-led Indiana Pacers still had some gas left in the tank, and they took Lowry and DeRozan to their edge, pushing them to 7 games. However, Toronto barely hung on to their season with an 89-84 win at home. Speaking of Game 7s, the Kemba Walker-led 6-seeded Charlotte Hornets took the 3-seeded Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade, Hassan Whiteside, and Luol Deng to an epic elimination game. But the Heat mopped the floor in South Beach. The 4 versus 5 seed matchup in the East saw the end of a terrific scoring season where Isaiah Thomas and the Celtics lost in a painful Game 6 to the Jeff Teague and Paul Millsap Atlanta Hawks. A pretty exciting first round in the East. In the second round, the Cleveland Cavs brought their brooms to Atlanta because it was another 4-0 sweep from the King and his prince. Capping off the conference semis, it was a matchup between Miami and Toronto, where they both found themselves in another Game 7, where Lowry and DeRozan went ham to put the D-Wade era from Miami to bed for good. In the conference finals, the Raptors finally gave the Cavs a challenge this postseason. Cleveland quickly took a 2-0 lead at home with 2 blowout victories. However, the Cavs got their first sucker punch of this postseason as Toronto took 2 of their own home wins, tying up the series 2-2. For the first time in the playoffs, the Cavs season was actually at jeopardy, until Cleveland rattled off 2 whippings to send Toronto back home. And just like that, the Cavs found themselves in the NBA Finals once again, looking to claim the city's first ring. But this wouldn't come without a classic Wild West gundown. If you thought the Eastern Conference was interesting, you were in for an awakening in the West. The 73-9 Warriors started off the postseason with a murder scene in Houston, despite Curry not even playing because of an injury. The Spurs did pretty much the same thing to the grit and grind Memphis Grizzlies, leaving no doubt in a 4-game sweep. KD and Russ beat down on an old Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavs in the first round, and then Dame and CJ from Portland, Oregon gave Lob City all that they could handle and more, beating them in 6 games. In the second round, Steph Curry was still dealing with that MCL strain, but the Warriors really had no problem beating Portland. Curry came back in Game 4 and left the Blazers with no hope, winning the series in 5 games. Capping off the second round, KD and Russ shocked the world and upset the 67-win San Antonio Spurs in 6 games, a series that made Tim Duncan call it quits and retire for good. In the conference finals though, it was going to get interesting. OKC started off this series with an abrupt 108-102 win in the Bay, with 50 combined points between KD and Russ. In Game 2, the Warriors returned the favor with a huge, near 30-point blowout, but then trouble really started to brew for Golden State. 2 back-to-back demolitions from OKC to put the Thunder up 3-1 against the greatest team in basketball's history. It was going to require perfection to come back from this deficit. Luckily, Curry and the Warriors were all about perfection in 2016. They rattled off 3 straight tight victories, where the Splash Brothers went bazooka to secure themselves back-to-back appearances in the NBA Finals against a very familiar foe. The 2016 NBA Finals was one of the most dramatic and iconic series in basketball's history. There were so many unforgettable moments in this matchup that made it really feel like it was a movie to watch in real time. The 73-9 Golden State Warriors were looking to cement themselves as the greatest team ever, while LeBron James was still looking to deliver on his promise of bringing Cleveland some hardware. In Game 1 though, it looked rough for both teams. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson struggled to knock down their shots, while Kyrie and LeBron also had issues running a smooth offense. The real difference maker though was Golden State's bench. 12 points, 7 boards, and 6 assists from Andre Iguodala, 11 points off perfect shooting from Leandro Barbosa, and 20 points off of 80% shooting from Sean Livingston. The Warriors bench outscored the Cavs bench 45-10 in Game 1, and this led to a 104-89 win for the Dubs to take a 1-0 lead. Game 2 at the Oracle Arena in the Bay was an annihilation from Golden State. At first it was close in the first quarter, 19-21, until the Warriors turned on the Jets, outscoring the Cavs by double digits in the second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. Steph and Clay were a bit sluggish to open up the NBA Finals. The real hero though was Draymond Green, with his 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists to guide Golden State to a 33-point blowout. LeBron and Kyrie still looked off, but they were going to make this a series in Cleveland. Back at home, with their backs against the wall, Cleveland would come out swinging. They instantly jumped out to a 16-33 point lead to end the first quarter, where Kyrie Irving went crazy for 16 points right away. Golden State started to chip away at their lead, but Cleveland still kept it within 8 points to go into the second half. And from that point, that's when the Cavs put their foot on the Warriors' throat. The game finished with a 120-90 point blowout in Cleveland's favor. LeBron and Kyrie took care of business, combining for 62 combined points, where the Cavs would try to tie up this series. In Game 4, the Cavs were looking to tie up the series to give them any hope of beating this juggernaut, while the Warriors were still looking to put the series out of reach with a 3-1 lead. In the first half, though, it seemed like Cleveland's mission took the priority. The Cavs took a 55-50 point lead at half, with double figures from Kyrie, J.R. Smith, and Tristan Thompson, but that was until the chef erupted in the second half. The unanimous MVP, who seemed pretty quiet the entire series so far, exploded for 24 points in the second half and 38 points in total, with 7 3-pointers. Even his splash brother Klay Thompson caught fire also, finishing Game 4 with 25 points and 4 threes. Despite the two Bay Area snipers going wild, the Dubs were about to lose their cornerstone for a game. Draymond Green, after falling down from this screen, got a bit upset when LeBron James decided to step over him, so he gave him a punch in the family jewels. This gave Draymond Green a flagrant foul, which suspended him for Game 5. Golden State won this game 108-97, putting themselves up 3-1. At this point, it would take a miracle for Cleveland to come back. I mean, teams that are down 3-1 in the NBA Finals prior to 2016 have a 0-32 record. It's impossible, right?
James to Irving, three-pointer. The team would love nothing more than the clinch without him here tonight. Joe. James drives and easily finishes. LeBron James straight on, knocks down his second three-pointer. James puts his head down, drives and finishes. Irving on the drive, bang, shot is good. Kyrie Irving again.
LeBron and Kyrie both went nuclear in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Both stars had 41 points each to combine for 80 plus in this do-or-die game in the Bay. Despite the barrage of threes from Steph and Clay, you just weren't topping 82 from the King and Uncle Drew. Cleveland wins 112-97, and this game is going back to Cleveland, Ohio. To start off Game 6, you could instantly tell that LeBron James was locked in like never in his career. It was do or die in his home soil, and he was not going to let Golden State celebrate here. Cleveland immediately took a 20-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and everyone knew the King wasn't playing. LeBron finished Game 6 with an unreal 41 points, again, 8 boards, 11 assists, and 7 combined steals and blocks. An unimaginable game from the chosen one. Once again, it didn't matter that Steph Curry and Clay nearly combined for 60, and the rest of Cleveland didn't have the best showing. Game 6 was the LeBron show, where the Cavs won 115-101, and it's everyone's two favorite words in basketball. Game 7. It all came down to this. It was Game 7 at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, arguably the most iconic game in NBA history. Golden State looked to cap off the greatest season of all time, while LeBron James was 48 minutes away from becoming a hometown hero. Game 7 was a real grinded out contest where neither team could quite take a firm lead. Steph and Klay were both wetting the beds in the most important game of their lives, while Draymond Green was putting the whole Western Conference on his back in this game. Green had 22, 6, and 5 in just the first half to lead Golden State to a 49-44 lead. After a mucky second half, we found ourselves with about 4.5 minutes left in the game, where Klay Thompson hit this layup to tie it up 89-89. And then for about 3 minutes, neither team could score at all, a complete dry spell. With less than 2 minutes remaining in the game, Kyrie Irving threw up this prayer near the rim and it was no good. And I think you guys know the rest.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with the rejection.
LeBron James eviscerated the shot to protect Cleveland's championship hopes. After misses from each team, we found ourselves with Kyrie and Steph matched up on the wing, and the rest is history.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up.
It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
Kyrie Irving hit the greatest shot of his lifetime and ended a near 4-minute scoring drought. Following this shot, LeBron James nearly ended Draymond Green's career on this poster attempt, but it was no good and the King has 2 free throws. He missed the first one, but hit the second one to secure Cleveland a 4-point lead. From here, it was up to the unanimous MVP to bring Golden State back into this game.
One dribble, steps back, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound tip taken by Spades. Final seconds. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
And just like that, the Cleveland Cavaliers made the greatest comeback in the sport's history. The 2016 season was everything you could ask for as a fan and more. It wasn't just a great season, but a storybook year that shattered records, defied all the odds, and gave us some moments that we'll never forget about. From Golden State's unimaginable 73-win season, to Steph Curry's alien-like shooting, to the once-in-a-lifetime dunk contest, to Kobe Bryant calling it quits on an absolute masterpiece of a game, to the Warriors ending a dynasty in OKC, to the Cavaliers doing the impossible, the 2016 NBA season was better than you remembered.
Show